Hey there guys, how's it going? I'm here today to make a video basically trying to answer a question I've seen tons of times on social media already since the new event came out, the Agrabah 4-star ranking, which is a temporary difficulty that has been put in to sort of replace this Whack a Watermelon quest. The idea being that it will infinitely spawn level 15 wicked watermelons that are very, very easy to kill, but will definitely help you towards that level 10,000, sorry, that 10,000 goal for the monthly mission. As you can see, they die very quickly and they award 45 BP on their death. They're weak to magic, so I definitely encourage bringing Erd in with you, and you can kill them pretty damn quickly. Obviously, you're trying to grind them out for the mission. Obviously, we're trying to get the 10,000 for that mission because, if nothing else, it gives you some rewards. It gives you those Mickey cards, which have their own passive buffs, and it gives you, some BP, some quest keys, blah, 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 some other good stuff right there. A lot of people will also, just really quickly, they'll notice that you take, come on, attack me, please, 0 damage, beautiful. So, like me, I take 0 damage from those guys, so I don't actually have to worry about it's a very easy event in that sense that I will literally never have to worry about dying from them. That raises the question though, once you have got all your 10,000 kills, or even as you're working your way towards it, if you aren't interested in the rewards from the event and you just want BP, what is the most economical way of getting BP right now? Is it to continue going with this quest, or potentially you want to jump over and keep going with Wonderland 2? If you guys don't know, I've been keeping basically a data spreadsheet on Wonderland 2. Let's just fire it up and get it going while I flick over to the spreadsheet right here. Hopefully you guys can see that, but effectively, let's just zoom in a little bit. Effectively, I'm trying to collect data on all the enemies in Dark Road. So I've got Wonderland 2 open right here, for example. Hopefully you guys can see that there are 25 enemies that regularly spawn. So if you guys don't know, Wonderland, Agrabah 1 spawns 11 enemies in a fixed order. It would just go Shadow, Opera, Rhapsody, Nocturne, blah, 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 blah. So that's the Power Wild, and then loop in that order. Same thing with Agrabah 2-star, it just has the same enemies 10 levels higher, loop in that order. All the Wonderland stages and Agrabah 3 will pick a random enemy from its list. I don't think it can repeat an enemy twice in a row, but it'll pick a random enemy from its list and then loop it. Then basically just pick random enemy after random enemy after random enemy. Yeah, obviously with a random selection. So I believe they're all equally weighted, the equal chance to appear, although I don't know that for sure. We need to do more testing. But from what I can see, if there are 25 enemies that regularly spawn, most of them have BP greater than the actual 45 you get from killing the watermelons. So obviously BP per enemy killed is way higher in Wonderland 2, but of course, especially with the stronger enemies, it takes quite a while to kill them. I figure it's like 84.28 BP per enemy for the 25 regular enemies. All the Wonderland stages also have a chance to spawn this egg cognito, which when you kill it gives you 400 BP. So it's very, very, very rare to spawn that. By my guess, it's like a 1% to 0.5% chance of actually spawning it. But again, I need to do more testing to figure that out. Anyway, if there are 25 enemies that spawn, basically which is quicker? So is it quicker to farm Agrabah 4 or Wonderland 2? I've done some quick calculations on this, so I'll let that grind in the background while we have a little chat. So I'll pull up the notes that I took. Okay. So at 4 p.m. today, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure this out for me. Again, a level 31 player. I haven't shown you my stats yet, but I'll show them to you in a second. I'm a level 31 player. Actually, no, I'll show them to you now. Get out of here. Get out of here. Click, click, click. Okay. I'm doing this video because I think there are many people that are gonna try to answer this question, and they'll all be at different levels. So I'm just gonna throw my hat in the ring. I'm level 31 currently. I haven't leveled up yet because I've had to re-record this about 30 times already. And this is basically my stats currently. I haven't got any jewels like from paying or anything. These are all from Union Cross. If you guys know me, I'm a Union Cross. Well, I used to make videos on Union Cross as an actual game. And I've done 3 pulls in this account so far. And the best things I've got from there have definitely been the 2 magic cards, the Blizzard and the Thunderspell. Basically because Xehanort's magic stat is really highly weighted, especially up to level 30. Compared to his strength stats. So your magic, basically, you're dealing very high strength magic magic damage times by the power, and that means that you do a lot of magic damage. So anyway, I'm very happy to have 2 magic cards. While we're here, you can see the power stat right there. Just keep that in mind, and keep in mind that minis is regularly 15, but with +1 it's 18. Just keep that in mind. Mini will almost always be cast first. Mini will always take basically any card. The way the game casts attacks is based on it looks at the 5 cards you're given in any given rotation, and it says, okay, are there any 3 of the same color? If so, fire those off, and if they are, the one with the highest power will always go first. If there aren't 3, what are the next two. Like there must be at least two sets with two colors, and basically what is the highest power, that will be the first attack, followed up with the second of the same color, and then the lowest of all three of the remaining three cards, the lowest power of the remaining three cards, chuck that in as well. So cure cards get fired off so regularly just because of that exact reason, because the power is so high. Just keep that in mind. So if we go back to Wonderland 2 and just keep grinding that as we talk, let's go ahead and pull up some data I collected. So I said, okay, at 4 p.m, reset for me is at 7 p.m, so that means I had exactly 3 hours to grind and just collect some data. So after 1 hour at 5 p.m, I took a quick reading. 279 enemies have been killed for a total of 24 and a bit thousand BP. After 2 hours, we killed 281 more enemies for about 47,000 BP. In total, about 23,000 more. And 3 hours in, we killed 822 in total, so that's what, another 262 enemies that we killed in that amount of time, for a grand total of 70,128 BP. So that cut off exactly at the 7 p.m. race, so that was a hard cut off, 7 p.m. So over the 3 hours, we averaged 23,376 BP per hour. Okay, cool. Immediately after that, I said, okay, I booted the game back in. Took about a minute, but we grinded Agrabah 5, so I kind of went out, saw some friends, got back at 1:30 a.m, and I'm now recording this because I'm a crazy person. 3,000 enemies we killed, 3,072 we killed, for a grand total of 138,240 BP over 6.5 hours. So quick division tells us that we got 21,276 BP per hour with a cure card. Okay, I said with a cure card because I forgot to take it off. And then I thought, oh, bugger, I better redo this. Okay, so I spent another half an hour grinding without a cure card on. Again, as you can see, we saw before, I took a 0 damage from Wonderland, Agrabah 4, but 0 damage. There's no point in bringing a cure. If you, again, I can only cast 30 attacks before you 10 attacks before you have to recharge, and 10% of those are wasted, then you're effectively, dealing damage 10% slower than you could be. Take the cure off, run it again. So we should expect to see about a 10%-ish increase, and sure enough, we do. Only ran it for half an hour, but if we extrapolate that up to 60 minutes, we would kill 508 enemies in 60 minutes, and we get just shy of 23,000 BP per hour for doing so. So off those quick numbers right there, 23,000 BP per hour for Wonderland 2, and a little bit less for Agrabah 4. Again, that's my case, where I can comfortably kill every single enemy without really having too much of a risk of failure, and I'm pretty happy with that. So again, no cure card makes it a lot speedier as well. Wonderland 2 has some risks though. Emerald Sonata for 1 keeps healing itself, real pain in the ass. Luckily I killed it there. Other enemies can put you to sleep. I don't know if it's already come up, but there is the Sleep Archer and the Paralysis Archer that can both put you to sleep. The White Flower can put you to sleep as well. Any enemy with poison is a huge threat. Even at my level, I have died to poison once at level 31, just by leaving it running on auto. And that's because, you could just die to poison. Like, it's just a thing that can happen. If you get like a poison archer into the little bee enemy, whatever it's called, the stingy bee, nimble bee, whatever, poison is definitely a real threat. Like, especially if you don't get a good cure set up. If your enemies aren't curing it, a poison archer, here we go. It can definitely happen. So for me, it's a pretty small chance of happening, but it is a chance all the same. So I would honestly advise most people to grind out Agrabah 4 with no shame whatsoever. Like, grind Agrabah 4. It's only going to be around for 3 more weeks anyway. Even less now. Oh no, sorry, not even. Even less than that now. So you may as well try and do it. You're already going to be killing the 2 birds with 1 stone in your grinding BP, but you're also grinding out these missions, which will get you the Mickey card. I've got like 8 duplicates, so 1 plus 8 right now, and 2 more, and I'll be at the full plus 10. Get all those benefits of not only having the better card, but the album slots as well. You also get, 11,000 free BP along the way, plus 2 keys and 2 charms. Awesome, good benefits. But again, if you're not interested in that, and you're sort of tossing up, okay, which one do I want to go for? I think Wonderland 2 is still the better bet if you're above level 30-ish, let's say. If you're below, definitely go Agrabah 4. If you've done like all of the Agrabah 4 stuff, but you haven't grinded out, like you haven't got 1,000 enemies killed for like these guys, for example, like all the archers, all the enemies that can spawn in Wonderland 2, I'd probably say then it's your choice. Wonderland 2 is not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, I think we're going to be grinding that a hell of a lot, unfortunately. Unless they introduce new events pretty quickly, which I really hope they do, because like the step up from Agrabah 1 to Wonderland 1 to Agrabah 2 to Wonderland 2 has been pretty consistent so far, right? Like if we look at the spreadsheet, and I'm sorry I keep referring to this, but it just that's why I made it, because it makes sense, right? Like level 10 enemies, okay, no worries. Move on to level 10 enemies, okay, no worries. Now from level 10, jump up to level 20 enemies, okay. it sort of eases you into that. Level 10, sorry, level 20 is the cap, level 29 is the cap, no worries, no worries, no worries. And then all of a sudden, the jump is huge up to level 55 potentially. Level 55 enemies can be seen in Agrabah 3 and Wonderland 3. That's a really, really, really big jump, and if you're the kind of person that wants to leave your phone grinding overnight, you're not going to be able to safely do that, I don't think, until you're like level 50 plus. Safely, 100% of the time, grind out enemies with no chance of death. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, obviously it depends on the cards you have, but I'm not going to risk it, you know, probably level 45 or 50. I mean, I can't see it happening any other way. Like, to be able to easily dispatch these guys with such, you know, such a lack of care, I don't think it's going to happen for a long time. What I'm trying to say is, you're going to be in Wonderland 2 for a long time, so if you're worried about, like, I've got to get these 1,000 dead now, I've got to get these 1,000 dead now, you do and you don't. Yeah, it's nice to have all the bonuses for sure, but again, Wonderland 2 is not going anywhere, so you will get them before too long, don't worry. Again, I should just mention, I'm level 31, but reset for me, like I just said, is at 7 PM. That's a really convenient time for me. I can just hit, you know, I'm home almost all the time at 7 PM, unless I've got sport or whatever. So I can just hit, okay, just start it up again, no worries. And effectively, I can grind just about 24/7. So this is not me saying, oh, you should be level 31 by now. It's me saying, like, no matter where you are, that's fine. You know, this game is not a race. It's only just a game, you know, it's for your own personal enjoyment. I've already seen people that are like spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this game on Facebook, and I'm just going like, yeah, I mean, it's your money, do what you want with it, but the game's literally saying, pay me, and you're going, okay, I paid it, and you're doing what it wants. I mean, okay, I mean, do whatever you want with your own money. That's not for me to say. But yeah, I would say that most people would be fine grinding Agrabah 4. Like, if you're strong enough to kill Wonderland 2 really easily with no risk of death whatsoever, yeah, technically Wonderland 2 is the better option in terms of grinding BP. But if you're like level 27 or whatever, and it's not even a question. If you can't even grind Wonderland 2 yet consistently, then of course Agrabah 4 is the better one. You're not even losing that much BP per hour. Honestly, you're not really losing that much at all. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get your 10,000 for the month done, if nothing else. I'm going to wait till they bring out the better version of this event before I go ahead and kill the giant with the huge watermelons. I've got to do 29 more of these today as well. But yeah, I'm going to do a video I think soon on just the kind of glitch that can happen with the power-based system here, and basically the fact that it can let you down a lot of the time. But yeah, I've prattled on really way too long at this point, sorry. This is kind of just like being almost more of a general guide than the actual watermelon guide itself, but yeah. Agrabah 4, it's totally fine. Go ahead and do it. It's totally fine. Again, test it for yourself. Again, this is my perspective as a level 31 player, about to be level 32. Hopefully, more people publish their own guides at like level, 20, 25, 30, anywhere in between, 15. Anywhere in between, and so you can get a better scope on what your level might be. But yeah, I would say do a test. Again, if you can't beat Wonderland 2 yet, then the question is, that's not even a question anymore. Agrabah 4 is totally fine. If you can consistently beat it, time yourself. I would say Wonderland 2 should be better. And of course you have the chance of getting the Acognitas, which makes it definitely better. But yeah. And I think this is better than Agrabah 2 anyway. Even if Agrabah 2 is on the table for you, I think this is better than Agrabah 2. Thingy 4. So I've gone on long enough. Sorry, it's now 3 AM. And I've had a couple beers and I just want to go to bed. So I'll see you guys a bit later on. All the best. See you for more videos soon. Catch you later, guys. Bye. Alright, I'm happy with that take. I'm going to level up and I'm going to go to bed. Ready? Bam. Alright, night guys. Bye.